out here once again giving all praise to Allah and we're going to get right into it. First of all, I would like to open up by saying, Bishop Nate, was it a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse? Okay. Oh, another question, Bishop Nate. You said that you teach now. You correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I heard you say it. Well, your nemesis, Ron Dalton, said that you teach that, which I believe I heard you said that. I think I got you on video saying that. That everybody in Africa are Israelites except for the Nilonic people. So I didn't even know what that was. I had to look it up. And really it goes into the Nile, people of the Nile. People that live off the coast of the Nile, which is in Sudan. So I guess they call them Nilonic people, which are Mizraim. So my question is this: all the rest of them are Israelites? So where did the Canaanites go? Where did the Cushites go? And what was the other one? Where did the Puttites go? As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's go to Genesis 10. Since, this guy, Ron Dalton, believes that the white man came from Japhet, but now recently he just said this. He said, oh, the Esau is mixed with Japhet. Come on, bro. Where's that in the scriptures? Matter of fact, ask that question. Ask that question. Did the people of Japhet mix with the people of Edom?
With a chat GPT or just
anywhere you want to go, Google, chat.
Okay.
Oh, we're going to stay in the chat too. No, do this. Go to Google and put in who are the Nilotic people. Who are the Nilotic people? We're going to ask a lot today. You in chat, use GPT or Google?
No, Google.
Let's deal with Google. Then eventually we'll go to chat.
Who are the Nilotic people?
Because I don't know. Maybe.
So it's bigger than what you said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, because the things, hey, changes every day, brother. Every couple of weeks, it changes. If you don't get nothing on that, try the Chat GPT.
Yeah, got something.
Go ahead, read it. Go ahead.
It says the Nilotic people are a diverse group of indigenous groups in East and Central Africa who speak Nilotic languages and are primarily located along the Nile Valley.
Right, that's why they call them Nilotic. It's named after the Nile.
Yep.
So that was the name that Esau gave them.
Right.
They wouldn't call themselves the people of the Nile. That was the name that Esau gave them.
Yeah, read it again. Now this is from Google, sources from Google. The Nilotic people are a diverse group of indigenous groups in East and Central Africa who speak Nilotic languages and are primarily located along the Nile Valley and its tributaries. They are known for their common linguistic heritage, diverse cultures, and unique traditions, including a strong connection to cattle and pastoralism.
So now, do me a favor. Ask this question: Did the people of the Sudan migrate from Egypt?
Okay, this is from Google. Following the armed conflict in Sudan, which began in April 2023, a large number of Sudanese people have fled to neighboring countries, including Egypt, seeking.
Well, they went back to their land because the people of the Sudan, the indigenous ones, the natural ones, are Egyptians. They look just like the Egyptians.
Okay, this is better. It says, while there's historical interaction and migration between Sudan and Egypt, the Sudanese people did not originate from Egypt in a traditional sense.
Meaning they're saying that, well, why do they look like the ancient Egyptians? Why did put a Sudanese and then hit images. See what the people look like. And this is historic Saturdays. Historic Saturdays. What do I call it? History Saturdays. History Saturdays. So we're gonna deal with the Table of Nations.
There's images.
Open one up. Open a good one up. Of a man, a tall man, if you can find it. Someone real black and crispy. Just like that dude. Now is that a fucking Israelite? Is that an Israelite?
Oh yeah. Oh, I went out. Yeah.
Is that an Israelite?
Would
Would you invite him to the cookout?
There you go.
Oh
If
yeah.
can they see that?
See if you can get some more.
Get closer. Get closer. Yeah, look at.
That's a Hamite. Do me a favor, if you can. We're trying to learn you.
Get a bunch of them.
I could look up some images too.
Put that in there, would you? And then you Jake woman, you sister, when you go out with these.
Because it's just a reflection of the.
Yeah, that's why I was saying.
You find these debonair
Yeah, right.
Denzel lookalikes, huh?
Yeah, right.
Oh, they too black.
Yeah, it's a
Crispy.
Hamites.
You can light a match over these niggas' foreheads. But they ain't niggas, right?
Oh shit.
It was some greasy ass niggas.
That's Papa Shango right there.
That's General Bud.
Well, General Bud Record is a J.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Oh okay. I can't remember. I thought he was straight up Hamite.
No, he ain't.
Jake.
See the little girl? You can see Lieutenant Jake the way she walks.
Yeah.
This guy, Jake.
And the boy, I saw his eyes.
Don't look for you niggas out there. Hey, what's this guy? Shaka Most. You don't look nothing like that, bro. You look like a Dominican. You look all you niggas are saying I'm black. My line goes back to Kemet. Those are the original Kemet people.
Yeah.
Do me a favor, go to Google and look up Kemet meaning. You're not from Kemet. If you can, because you got Ronnie, what's his name?
Well, yeah.
Talking about anyway.
Demons.
Hey man, what happened to your boy Nate? He running for you saw it?
He running. Ain't my boy. Shut up, man. He talking about we gonna be in there for 30 years, man. That dude crazy, man.
The nigga crazy.
That dude out of his goddamn mind, man. I can't see 30 years, man.
You know what that means?
He's living because he got that money.
You got that money. That's what I said in the video.
He got that money, so
You
he
know what that means?
wanna.
How old are you, brother?
I'm 51.
Okay, that means you're gonna get out of here 51, 61, 71, 81. 81, you'll make it to the
Man,
king.
come on, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. I ain't trying to be here suffering for all them years, man.
But obviously he's not suffering, man. Because I wouldn't say some shit like that. I wouldn't say that.
I'm suffering.
And we all suffer, brother.
I'm suffering, man. You know, I mean, I got a woman, but shit, man.
But other than that, you suffer.
When she get mad, she's gone. I'm saying I don't see it for 2 or 3 days. I'm saying probably a week. Fuck it, man.
Yeah.
Yo, My woman is this truth, man. My woman is this truth, man. So I don't care about that. I told her, and that's why she.
Give me some.
And that's why she be telling me, oh, you care about, oh, y'all faggots.
That's
we
what my woman
faggots.
used to say.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
faggots.
Yeah, they be saying that.
Okay, we faggots, huh?
Beardos.
They
Yeah,
call
we
us
used to call them
beardos.
Yeah,
One chick
my
called us
cousin
beardos,
said we
we were
beardos.
Now, this one chick on my job saw my video. She was like, all of y'all got beards. What's that about? She was like, and
men.
she was like,
beards.
she was like, oh my God, you got good looking men with beards. I showed this young chick a video of us at the at one of the cookouts.
Okay.
She was like, oh my God, y'all all got beards. You got good looking men with beards. What's that about? Why everybody got beards? I said, we men.
Because they're
And
Israelites.
she was, I said, we Israelites. She was like, I said, you Israelite too? She said, what you mean? I said, you from the tribe of Simeon. She was like, what do you mean?
Simulate.
I said, man, I ain't even trying to explain it to this bitch. Man, this bitch is fucking wrong.
Yeah.
She was young.
Yeah.
She was intrigued about the men that had beards. And she was on.
But Simeon be
Yeah,
rocking beards.
yeah.
20 of guys be
Oh
rocking
yeah,
beards.
huge beers too.
But she was, it's something about these guys. I said, this guy got a beard. No. It's something about your guys in the video. It's something about y'all. This guy here, he's nobody.
Yeah.
But this guy, she was like, it's something about y'all.
Yeah. See?
I said, okay. But I said, you know what?
Turn the whole world upside down.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I'm not even going to explain to this bitch. Let her find on her own, man. She's fucking 22.
She young. Oh yeah, she a
What she
baby.
gonna learn from me? My daughter's open. My daughter be 29 next month.
That's your
Wow.
grand. That chick be your granddaughter.
So what the hell she gonna learn from me?
Damn near. No?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So apostles,
Hey, shalom.
bishops,
Shalom.
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 You know.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Later.
Yeah, this is Kemet Menon. It says in ancient Egypt, in ancient Egyptian, Kemet, also written as KMT, meant the black land, a reference to the fertile black soil deposited by the Nile's annual floods. This rich soil, notice it says rich soil, which really wasn't black, it's deep brown, it's very dark brown. It says this rich soil was essential for agriculture and allowed the ancient Egyptian civilization to thrive. That's all.
Yeah, so the original Egyptians, they're not Arabs. The people that control Egypt today are Arabs, man. Before that, it was so-called white people, Edomites, which are the Ptolemaic dynasty. So the Egyptians were pushed out of there about 300 years before the birth of the Messiah. Thereabouts. Yep.
So back to Genesis.
Alexander. Yeah, let's go back to Genesis 10. Let's go to Genesis 10 and start from the top.
Okay. Genesis, the 10th chapter, the first verse. Now these are the generations of the sons.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Go to Google and put in the sons of Ham. Now they used to teach me this shit in school. In elementary school, they had textbooks and they'll show you Ham, Shem, and Japheth. They would say in the school, you know, fourth grade, Ham is black, Japheth, Shem is white, and Japheth is Chinese. That's where everybody came from. He was either black, white, or Chinese.
Okay, this is from Google. In the biblical account, Ham was one of Noah's 3 sons, and he had 4 sons: Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of these sons are traditionally associated with various ancient civilizations, including those in Africa and the Middle East.
Black people, original black people are Africans. So now Nate said everybody in Africa are Israelites except for the Sudanese, which are the Egyptians. So you read the 4 names, 4 sons, right? You read Canaan, read it again.
Yep. In the biblical account, Ham was one of Noah's 3 sons, and he had 4 sons. Speaking about Ham: Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan.
Yeah, so what happened to the other 3 sons? Did they disappear? Scripture say there's no end to all the people.
That's not sound doctrine. Scripture speak sound doctrine. That's not sound. That's unsound. And what we're starting to see with Bishop Nathaniel, you becoming of a unsound mind. I was going to do a video. There's a saying. I had wrote it down in Latin on my phone, and I told Apostle Al about it. Whom the gods would seek to destroy, they first make them mad. You know, that's the old saying. You know, whom the gods. In this case, we don't worship gods. We worship
Yep,
God,
yep. I told them all 7. Yep.
which his name is Yahweh. But it seems like that's what the Heavenly Father Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, is doing to you, mate. It's making you lose it, you're going mad. Okay, you're making some crazy statements that are not biblically sound.
Now, I got an account from Josephus how the Greeks, they took over these lands and they changed the names of the lands and of the people.
No.
So,
Did I give you that blue bag?
yeah, it's in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in.
Thought
Yep. It's in.
Thought I was losing it.
Con. Yeah, it said that the Greeks changed the names of the lands that they conquered and the people. That's why nowadays people don't know who they are. The covering cast.
You know what?
I got the account.
I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you got?
This is I just looked up what did Josephus say about the children of Ham, and
Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
So
this is history Saturdays.
yep. It says.
That's a new thing. History Saturdays.
Yep. This is Flavius Josephus. I forget exactly what chapter or whatever, but I could, you know. Anyway, it says all you gotta do is type in what did Flavius Josephus say about the children of Ham, and you'll find it. It says the children of Ham possessed the land from Syria and Amanus and the mountains of Lebanus. I guess that's Lebanon. Seizing upon all.
You gotta look that up.
Lebanus.
Lebanos is in Africa. You got Lebanon, and then you got Lebanos.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's in the scriptures. I believe
Oh,
it's
okay,
Ezekiel
Salakia.
31, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Libanus.
Oh, Libanus. Salakia. Okay.
That's Africa. Matter of fact, you can look it up. Libanus. Where's Libanus? You can go to the precinct. Where's Libanus? Where's Libanus?
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says, where's Barbados? I said, Las Vegas.
Barbados.
Yeah, so where's
They
Barbados?
don't listen. They don't listen.
It's a Google thing, man.
Let me see. Salakia.
Try one more time. Where's Libanus?
You might have to spell it out.
Oh, you don't want to even know what this one says.
Oh, okay.
It's the Latin word for tail. That's why sometimes you just got to type it in, man.
It says Lebanon.
Okay, so this.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Go to.
You said
I think
Ezekiel?
it's Ezekiel 31.
Okay.
You read the first verse. I know. I'll know what.
Okay.
You want me to read what I got here?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's from Google. Where's Libanus? Libanus can refer to a few different locations. It's the Latin name for Mount Lebanon in the Middle East.
Okay.
And it's also the name of a village in Wales, UK.
Okay, I didn't know that. It's probably named after
Yeah.
Libanus.
Right.
Oh, it also says, additionally, it's a mythological figure in Greek mythology.
So what I want is, I believe it's Ezekiel 31. Is it?
I got Ezekiel 31.
Let's go ahead and read it.
I'll read from the
It's
top.
either Ezekiel 31, Ezekiel 30, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. I'll read Ezekiel 31. It says, and it came to pass in the 11th year, in the 3rd month, in the 1st day of the month.
That's not it. Go to Ezekiel. Go to blue. That's in blue letter.
No, that's a regular Bible that I got with the apocrypha in it.
Oh, so if you can't type in the word to come up.
Yeah.
Okay, type in Libanus.
Okay.
Libanus. Hardly knowing these scriptures, It's also, you got to know a little bit about geography too.
So a lot of it is in the Apocrypha. When I type in.
Okay, so I guess the word is Libanus. Okay, so bring it up.
Okay, so this is First
Isn't
Ezra.
it Libanus in is it in second Ezra 16 if I'm not mistaken? Second Ezra 15.
Yep. You want to bring that one up?
Yeah, go to the verse. Go to the
15.
verse.
Second Ezra
So that's where
15
it is.
verse 20. It says, "Behold, saith Yahweh, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus."
Libanus is Lebanon. Look it up. So that's that Middle East. That's the Levant. That's where all the troops are going to meet together.
Right. Yep.
And that's what Ron Don't was talking about. He's going back and forth with Nate. He was quoting Ezekiel chapter 38. Now Nate is saying that's going to happen 1,000 years after the kingdom. He's saying it's going to happen now. But he was saying these are the sons of Japhet, right?
Right.
Which, by the way, Nate said Japhet means beautiful. It doesn't mean
Right.
That's what the 70s.
That was the old school way, yeah.
Right. It's Yahweh, which is open or large, and Yapah is Yapath is open or large, and Yapah is beautiful. So he broke it down wrong. Why? Because he doesn't check. He doesn't check himself. You know what they say about not checking yourself?
You wreck yourself.
You're gonna wreck yourself. So you regurgitate what you heard from the seven. And they've been saying that for years. Oh, Yaphet, it means beautiful. Does not mean beautiful.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Go ahead, you got it.
When you go to Genesis 5:32 and you look up Japheth, it's Yapath, which means opened. It means open. That's what it got.
It means open.
Yeah.
Yep, it means open.
Yeah, because don't they got something that says Japheth shall be enlarged?
Right,
Is
right,
that
right.
enlarged?
Open, it also means large. When it's like you got an open space,
Right.
It's a large space. So like I said, this guy, Ron Dalton, says that the sons of Japhet are so-called white men, but he recently said, oh, the sons of Japhet and Edom mixed their seed. There's no, matter of fact, go ask that question.
What question?
The sons of Japhet and the sons of Edom mixed their seed.
Okay, this is from Google. The concept of mixing seed refers to intermarriage and the mixing of populations through generations, which is a common occurrence throughout history. The sons of Japheth, according to biblical accounts, are seen as the ancestors of various non-Semitic peoples, including those in Asia Minor, the Aegean Sea region, we got Greeks in parentheses, and beyond. The sons of Edom are also known as the Edomites, descendants of Esau, who were Semitic people who lived in the region of Mount Seir. While they are distinct groups with their own cultural and linguistic traditions, the possibility of interaction and intermarriage between them cannot be ruled out.
So why did Ron Dalton say it? They're making a lot of shit up. Oh, Edom is mixed with Japheth. So now you're covering your ass. You the same clown that said Canaan is in South Africa, I'm sorry. First of all, when Ham had the land, they had Canaan, which is Palestine. Then they had the northern east part of the continent of Africa. There was like a no man's land the further you went down south. Matter of fact, the South Africans, the Zulus, are actually Israelites. Let me say it again, in case Captain Zariak is watching. The Zulus, remember Shaka Zulu? Shaka. He's an Israelite. They're Israelites, man. And he was known for his military campaign. Why? Because he's an Israelite. You know, them Edomites from England or whatever, the Dutch, they respected him. Because he was a great general. Naturally, the spirit was on him to be a great general. He knew military strategy because that was a Judah, Israelite.
Like Hannibal.
Like Hannibal is an Israelite.
Right, he was known.
His name, what is his name? Bakar.
Right.
Means either blessed or lightning, the way it's written.
Right.
And the word Carthaginian, when you look that up, it goes back to the Hebrew. It means new city. Matter of fact, somebody look it up. The origins of the word cartridge. See, y'all like this history stuff, right? History Saturdays, baby.
History Saturdays.
This is gonna catch on like wildfire.
Yeah. History Saturdays.
Let's see.
It should tell you.
They kind of going off.
It should tell you that the word Carthage means new city in Hebrew.
Oh yes. It says.
In there, I'm
I guess from the. I'm gonna just read it. It says the name Carthage is the early modern Anglicization of Middle French Carthage from Latin Carthago and Carthago, Greek Carcadian and Etruscan
Etruscan. Those are the original sons of Japheth. They were called Etruscans.
Yep.
Tuscany was named after Etruscan. They got a place called Tuscany. You know, you want to impress a girl, you take her to Tuscany, she's going to fall in love with you. Until you get back to America.
Yeah.
And first of all, you stay away from these women. And don't be marrying these women. And pray that you don't get children with these women. Man. Even though the scriptures say be fruitful and multiply, you know. But, you know, may the Most High be with you if you got children with these hyenas.
It says.
No.
Okay, it says Etruscan Caroaza from the Punic, and it's got the last one Quadash.
The Punics are Israelites.
Yeah, because this is Lashon Quadash right here.
Yep, go ahead.
It says.
So it's written, Lashon Quadash written?
Yep.
All right, beautiful. All right, boom, show the camera.
Yep.
See, all you niggas spending all kind of money buying this book. Like Nate, I got this book. Everything's in the Google. What the hell am I gonna spend all that money for, man?
Yep.
Real talk.
It says from the Punic Shath, new city, implying it was a new Tyre.
So can you read the Hebrew?
Yeah, it says Rashath.
Okay, means new city, right?
New city.
New city. Yep. So wait a minute. Why would he be a Hamite and talking Hebrew?
Right.
Because he was a Hebrew. Because you had an empire called the Carthaginian Empire. And the Romans tried to take it down, and the Romans always failed taking it down. So what Hannibal Lecter's father did, he had to raise his son up, and his son said, we're going to go to the Roman Empire, we're going to take them down. Now why couldn't they take them down? Because they fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
But the Romans could never take the Carthaginian Empire down. That was a strong empire.
The deadly wound had to be healed.
The deadly wound had to be healed.
Apostle, I had Genesis 9:32. Salaki.
Which the deadly wound is talking about the Roman Empire.
Salaki, not
It was healed through the Borgia family. When they came into power.
Yeah, it died through Jake, but Jake took it over.
9.
Yep, it died through Jake. And it was
9:27.
healed
Salaki.
when the Borgia family came on the scene. They took over the papacy.
Yep, out of Spain. Power came out of Spain.
That's right. And years later, you had the Rothschild family. The Rothschild family.
Same people.
Yeah, which would have they would have to be the reincarnation or regeneration of the Borgia family.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah.
That's all. Man, we can't give you a chart or a book,
Right.
but it makes all the sense in the world.
Right, because they were both incredibly wicked. The Borgia family, they were known as the first crime family.
Right, I remember that.
The Borgia family.
Right.
Now that word crime goes back to crimson, which means red. Now what color was Esau when he was born? Red. So the Edomites, they're the people of crime. They're the wicked. The Edomites are also known, pursuant to Malachi 1:4, They're also known as the wicked, the people of crime, the criminals, the real criminals, which the word criminal goes back to red. Like the saying, when you do a crime, oh, he was caught red-handed. All right, going back to Esau. Esau is known as a thief. What did it say in Job, the 30th chapter? They cried after them as they cried after a thief. Because Esau was known to steal. That was his thing, you know? Stealing. How did he get America? He stole it.
Yeah.
All right, so you got it.
Yeah, I was going to bring out concerning Japheth. This is Genesis 9:27, and then I'm going to get it into Hebrew. It says, the Most High shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. So when you hit that word Japheth there, okay, it's Yapath, right? But there was another one, Salaki, I already read that one. There was another one, Salaki, where it brings out that, like you said, it means open or broad, yeah.
It means open, which means large.
Yeah, I lost my place.
Open space.
Yeah. All right, yeah, that was...
Like America, man. Valley, open, large.
Enlarged.
Yeah, that was it.
Enlarge the border of thy tents. Isaiah 54, meaning what? Open the tents, open it. You know? So now let's go back to
Genesis 10.
Genesis 10.
Genesis 10 and 1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah.
By the way, Esau doesn't tell you, he doesn't, now he'll link up Ham as being black Africans, you know? But he doesn't go into, there's not too much said about the sons of Japheth, which they got to be the Etruscan people, because they took all that land, that open land, the islands and so forth. Come on, you got it.
Yeah, this is the Most High's movie. In this movie, you got the two main stars, Esau and Jacob. That's in the Apocrypha. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So the two main characters right now is Esau and Jacob. Who's Esau? Who's Jacob? And you know, Jacob's name was changed to Israel.
It's like, I'm sorry, Apostle.
Yeah,
I had a thing from the book of Josephus that I wanted to bring out concerning how the Greeks. So, yeah, I'll read it fast. This is if you look up Josephus and Table of Nations, you'll find this when I'm reading. It says the children of Ham possessed the land from Syria and Amanus and the mountains of Libanus, or Libanus, seizing upon all that was on its sea coast and as far as the ocean, and keeping it as their own. Some indeed of its names are utterly vanished away, others of them being changed, and another sound given them, are hardly to be discovered, yet yet a few there are which have kept their denominations entire. For of the four sons of Ham, time has not all heard the name of Cush, or Kus here. For the Ethiopians over whom he reigned are even at this day both.
So they're telling you right there that they know that the Cushites are Ethiopians. I have relatives that have married among Cush, but do you meet the people that side of they act just like Jake. The kids act just like Jake.
Right.
So the father, his name was Solomon, right? And I told him, I said, you know you're a Cushite? He said, of course I know I'm a Cushite. And all his kids got biblical names. His name is Solomon. All his children got biblical names. And the dude was cool as hell, man. If y'all met him, you know.
What if he was a Jake?
He probably was a Jake.
Scattered them out. Because there's Isaiah the 11th chapter.
Because his son, when I met him many years later, I went to shook it, you know, say like, put your hand out like you don't shake. He did this. He did that. I said, man, that's Jake. You know? Hey, Jake
was that an undercover brother? Remember, he did the confirmed soul. His soul was confirmed.
That was a funny movie.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say from Ethiopia, my suppliance. That's written, and I think that's in Isaiah. I don't know which one you were. I guess the one you were referring to was speaking about.
It said in Amos that it speaks about. I believe it's Amos 9. We haven't brought that out. that ye look like, ye are likened
Oh,
unto
yeah,
the
yeah.
Ethiopians.
That's
Somebody
another one,
get
too.
that. Meaning they look like them.
Yeah, I
I'll
can
get to that in Isaiah.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Because the Israelites, man, they're scattered all over the world. But the majority of
A
the
lot of these
Israelites,
different nations are scattered all over the world too.
yeah, well, that's true. The majority of the Israelites, but the Israelites, Bible calls them the sand of the sea. Now, the majority of the Israelites, they're right here in America.
Well, no, they're all over the world. There's a lot, there's just as many that are here. They're all. Remember, we're the biggest nation on the planet. If there's 9 billion people on the earth, according to Esau, I would say that there's half of them are Israelites. You know, but we don't know. Because you look at people every day. You see somebody with blonde hair and blue eyes, you assume he's an Edomite. He could be in jail.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee, we said that for years. Ariel couldn't see it. I can't see that. So, hey, great men are not always wise.
Apostle, somebody here by the name of Leon McCrae, he said, y'all said Yapa means beautiful. Now it's changed?
Yes, it's changed, brother.
it's changed.
I said that many years ago. No, what I said, the reason why I said that many years ago, that Yapa is beautiful and Yapath is enlarged or open. I said that many years ago, but I brought the subject up because Nate said it. Nate said Yapath means beautiful. So y'all got it? Answer me back. Did you get that?
I'm waiting for him.
It's the same thing we used to
That's
say
what
that.
we used to teach when
Yeah.
we were under the 7, back when we were learning.
Yeah.
I remember.
When
I
we got
remember.
on
that.
our own, we looked it up. Well, I found it. I looked it up, and it does not mean beautiful. It means open or large. So come back and talk to me, man.
I got a precept. Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book.
7 used to teach that Cornelius was an
I was gonna
Edomite.
say that. I was gonna
So
say
we
that.
taught what they taught until we broke off and went into it, and we can see, you can clearly see that Cornelius is an Israelite.
That's why the scripture says, strive for the masteries. What's it mean to strive?
Sorry for the matter, that means you got to constantly study.
Yeah, to get it right, to get it perfect.
Peter said, David said that I have become more wiser than my teachers. Because guess what? Remember the Syrophoenician woman? The woman was a Greek. They used to teach like Yeshua. She was a white woman. No, she was not a white woman. She was an Israelite. Greeks, meaning Israelites that don't know that they're Israelites. Grecians were Israelites that knew that they were Israelites born outside the land. So there was a lot of things that the 7 didn't cover that the Spirit opened our eyes to see. See, what Bishop Nate does, he regurgitates a lot of stuff. Like Septimius Severus, 193 AD, Septimius Severus, he got that from Yeshaya, High Priest Yeshaya. Which when we did the research, we found out that the first ruler of Rome was a man by the name of
Nerva.
Nerva, you know?
I got a precept for you. Acts 18 and 24.
So you guys don't know the history like we know the history.
Yep.
This guy, Ron Dalton, probably thinks Constantine the Great is an eater. He's a white man. He's a son of Jet. No, he's not. He's an Israelite. You don't know. You're not on our level, dude. Okay? You're not going to DNA. I don't give a damn if you're going to DNA. DNA don't mean nothing when you're matching it with the Spirit. You know?
Yep.
Acts 18 and 24. And a certain Jew named Apollos, born at Alexandria, an eloquent man and mighty in the scriptures. So keep that in mind. This man was eloquent and mighty in the scriptures, right? Came to Ephesus. This man was instructed in the way of the Lord, and being fervent in the Spirit, he spake and taught diligently the things of the Lord, knowing only the baptism of John. And he began to speak boldly. Now, of the two, right, John and Yahushua, whose baptism was greater? Yahushua's baptism was greater.
Yeah, because when he was speaking about John, he wasn't speaking about the fact that the Messiah died and rose. So it's Priscilla and Aquila that had to come and tell him, no, it's deeper. The story goes deeper. But he was on the right path. But guess what? He became a part of that fold. He was even a better teacher than Paul. A lot of people like this guy. Some of them say, well, I'm with Paul. The other ones say I'm with Apollos.
Well, it said he was eloquent.
He was eloquent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now here's the point. Acts 18 and 26. By the way, we're not eloquent. Okay, so
We don't want to be eloquent.
we don't want to be eloquent. Acts 18 and 26. And he began to speak boldly in the synagogue. This he is Apollos, whom when Aquila and Priscilla had heard, they took him unto them and expounded unto him the way of the Heavenly Father more perfectly.
More perfectly. So did the 7 have it more perfectly? No. We have it more perfectly. The original King James Bible came out in what year? Anybody? What year? Check the comment board. What year did the original King James come out? I'll wait. Nate don't know that.
I got another one for you while we wait. Matthew 5 and 48. It says, Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Another good one. It's one of my old favorites. Luke 1 and 3.
Okay.
Somebody put up,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
David 2, he put up 1524.
1524. What was the question that I asked?
You said, what year did the first King James Bible come out?
1524.
No, I thought it was early 16.
King James wasn't even living in 1524.
Yeah,
We're talking about the King James is 1611 King James.
right. 1604, Yasharala 144 put 1604.
Somebody who put the 1604.
Two brothers, Yasharala 144 and Zahar 144.
Okay, y'all cooking with coconut oil. That's a good thing. Yeah, the first King James was written in 1604.
04.
Wasn't no 1524. He wasn't even living. Unless you're talking about a different King James. Talking about a parallel universe. You know? But y'all right. Both of y'all are right. 1604. So why was a 1611 written? Can anybody answer that? Why was it 1611? If they had the 1604, why did they have to come up with the 1611?
The brother says, Salakia, I didn't Google it. I didn't want to cheat, Salakia.
Oh, you should have cheated. You can cheat. You can cheat in Israel. You know?
Yeah. In righteousness.
Yeah. Anybody answer that question?
Anybody
Why
answer
was
the
need
apostle?
for 1611 edition.
Yeah, why did the 1611?
If King James authorized the King James Bible 1604, why do we have a 1611? Come on, y'all. You can cheat too.
Yeah, Charlotte 144, you were right the first time when you said 16. Where was it you? Yeah, you said 1604. That's when it was first published. All right, it says
But why don't we have a 1604 King James? Why do we have a 1611? Nate don't even know this.
Right.
Ron Dalton don't even know this.
why was it revised in 1611? That's what you brothers got to come up with, Dennis.
Where y'all at?
You heard the apostle, y'all could cheat. Look it up.
Yeah, also in the Apocrypha, the prologue, where it speaks about translating the scriptures from the. Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh,
You got money?
Yeah.
1 minute.
In my truck.
1 minute. 1 minute. Y'all are salespeople.
Oh, you know what? Right here.
They just ran. They just ran right.
Dude. Have a good one.
No, I don't. That's
Okay, you're welcome. Bye bye. Okay. Igualmente, Dios te bendiga a ustedes. Ustedes son israelitas. Son nuestra gente, la gente de Dios. La tribu perdida de Israel.
Tell them the kids. I said the kids are pretty. The boy is handsome. The girl is cute. And this came right up.
She said, may the Lord bless us.
Okay, I see.
look at that. See that?
And the little girl. I thought I lost my wallet. Because I leave my shit in the front.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like the mafia.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I got it right here.
Because they, you know, they pickpocket you from the back.
Yeah.
always put mine.
Plus, if you
But
sit
I
on
like
your
to feel
woman,
it. You get sciatica.
yeah, you can fuck your shit up.
Fuck your, you be fucking back pain. And
Yeah.
shit. So where we at?
Okay, so you asked the brothers why was it revised in 1611, and let me see what they put. It says the new David 2. He put this new version completed in 1611 was intended to be the official and only authorized translation for the Church of England, aiming for a more uniform and accurate translation. That was from the Google AI. He put.
Aiming for what? Read that.
It says aiming for a more uniform and accurate translation.
In other words, they wanted to get it what? Perfect.
Right.
Yeah, because they had, what was it, 47 scholars. There was a certain number that did the Greek, a certain number that did the Hebrew. Then it took them another 7 years to revise it until it gets right. Now the prologue of King James said the 1611 is now official, but he said it's not complete. It says there's got to be another version that's got to be put together that's more complete. That's what he said. That's why you think we go to the Hebrew? Why do you think we go to the blue letter? Most High bless us with the blue letter. All you guys dealt with the blue letter. Where did you get the blue letter from? The concept of the idea of going to the blue letter. You got it from us. You got it from me.
Yep.
Most High gave it to me.
Yeah. Really blessed.
Apostle.
Most High gave it.
Tybo, you know what Tybo represents? The truth.
Tybo is the truth.
Apostle. A brother by the name of Chris Terry put, can we ask any Bible question?
Yeah, as long as you don't try to be slick. Don't come up here in that blind dope spirit. You can ask any question you want. And we may or may not answer. So go ahead and ask one.
Yeah, I just want to read a little of this passage here about the translation.
Q&A Saturdays.
Yeah, that's the translation dealing with the Bible. In this case, it's the Apocrypha. It says, wherefore, I'm just going to go right to the point. Wherefore, let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us. This is the writer, right? The writer is saying this. To pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words, which we have labored to interpret. So what is that telling you? They were laboring to try to get the translation right. All right?
Did they get it right? No, they didn't get it right. There's a lot of words that we go through and say, no, they went off on that.
That's right.
If you go to the blue letter, they go off on certain
Oh,
words.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why he says. That's why
Yeah.
he said to pardon us. He said that in advance. To pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words, which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue, as in what, Greek or Latin, have not the same force in them.
Or even English.
Or yeah, later English. Yep.
So when Yahweh said the English is good enough for me, you sound like an unlearned person.
Yeah. Not
That's when they called the disciples unlearned. They were unlearned men. Well, you would be in that category. Paul was a learned man, and who else was a learned man? Apollos. But we just remember it said he was eloquent speaker.
Yeah.
So he was a learned man. You know?
Not to mention that's a lazy mindset. To say something like that, that's a lazy mindset.
There's a saying, I want you to look it up. Labor to produce, meaning. You know where I first heard that? In the movie Hunt for Red October with Jake.
Oh, yeah.
Labor to produce.
Okay, this is from Google. It says in economics, labor to produce generally refers to the human effort, both physical and mental.
Oh, mental. You're going, this is a mental thing. You know?
Used to create goods and services.
So what are we creating? Goods and services to give to you.
Yep.
Jeremiah 3:15. Feed you knowledge and understanding, right?
Yeah, with food convenient.
Food convenient for you. What did he say?
That dude, Chris Terry, he said I agree Joseph is the Messiah, Father on earth.
Okay.
So what is the reason Mary said she didn't know man?
Because that was before they had sex. That was during the time, you know, they met each other, they were engaged. So that was in between that time.
Yeah, and Joseph wasn't the Messiah.
But she wouldn't lie. She wouldn't lie to the angel. She didn't have sex, and probably after the angel come to you before it happens, then it happens. You know, she knows that she's not supposed to get hit until the day of the ceremony. So maybe a week later, he hit her. You know, a couple of times.
Joseph
He couldn't wait.
He couldn't wait.
Let me tell you something, brother. If I had a fine ass woman that I'm engaged to get with, and she's staying in my guest house,
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna rub on her. I'm gonna rub on her the right way, you know?
Yeah.
I had a friend I grew up with, Cuban guy. He got married young, so I remember his wife too. She was cool. He used to tell me, because they were supposed to get officially married 6 months, and the parents both sides said y'all can't deal with each other, and he was hitting it before they got married, you know?
Yeah.
So he was hoping that he didn't get her pregnant.
I understand his question. Because
Yeah, so
at first I thought he was trying to say.
Yeah, but no, that's
that
a
was
good
my
question,
fault.
brother.
Yeah,
No, that's
yeah.
a good question.
My fault. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Good question. Yeah.
What happened was this: if the father, which was Heli, offers his daughter, which goes back to the law, the father says, "Okay, you're going to get officially married on this date, and then you're going to go in the bedroom chamber or the tent." Didn't that happen with Isaac and Rebecca?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they couldn't do it. They had to respect the wishes of their father.
Oh, that's me. You about to leave? Okay. Yeah. No problem. How you doing, brother?
Oh, he
She's
said,
getting, she was getting nervous, huh?
Yes. Oh, G, you get nervous?
Yeah. You know how that go.
My daughter?
That's your daughter? That's your daughter?
Yeah.
Man, you look young, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, you look like black don't crack. Remember that, black don't crack. What'd he say?
She was dusty.
That's all right. That
she speaks Chinese? No? You got to work on that.
tell about the YouTube video with the brother that speaks fluent Chinese.
Oh yeah, there's a. If you remember that, there's a YouTube video, Black in China. There's a guy from Cameroon. He moved to China. I think the city was Chendao. Chendao. If you check in, he speaks fluent Mandarin. Fluent Mandarin.
Wow.
Black in China. The guy's name is Mike.
They treat him like a king too.
You'll see.
All right, princess.
All right.
All right, you too.
Yeah, you too. All right.
You too.
Be careful.
All right, young man.
Yeah, right.
Hey, brother, I thought that was.
Yeah. I thought there was an item. That's his daughter.
Yeah, that's his daughter.
They
Yeah,
look
she's
like-
good looking woman too.
Yeah, yeah.
A little on the heavy side, but hey, I'll work with that too. You know?
Yeah.
And we met a virtuous woman today.
More cushion for the cushion.
We met a virtuous woman today, right? Because she
Yeah.
got a little, what the hell is this car? Don't worry, sister.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to frown it upside down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I still got the scripture from Luke. Luke, the first chapter, the first verse. For as much as many have taken in hand to set forth in order a declaration of those things which are most surely believed among us, even as they keep an eye on this thing.
Yep.
Even as they delivered them unto us, which from the beginning were eyewitnesses and ministers of the word. It seemed good to me also, having had perfect understanding of all things from the very first, to write unto thee in order, most excellent Theophilus.
So what is that talking about? That's talking about Luke had to write down a record of what these guys did and what Yahushua did, but we apply it to the scriptures.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be perfect. That's why you constantly go through this. And then every once in a while we say, brother, you know, we went off on this, we got to change this, and we sit down and have a meeting. See, that's something that Nate doesn't do. That's something that Nate doesn't do. If you see, we know Nate. You young dudes,
we know
you
that.
can't come up on them. We knew him back in the freaking 90s, bro.
That's right.
The early 90s. And
He
so
was a
we
Gadite
know,
back then.
right? He was a Gadite. What was
The
I gonna
mighty
say?
Gadite.
A lot of things that he says, he mimics what
The high priest Ariel said.
the different high priests said, you know?
Yeah. He was a Gadite back then. Now he's a
Yeah, he was a
Judite.
Gadite, he's a Judite. So the question is, can you change tribes?
They can. This is 2 Timothy 2 and 15. A lot of these guys, they forget that we know this guy, Nathaniel. We know him from, like Pastor said, going back to the 90s. Matter of fact, he came in the same year I came in,
And
1990.
most of those breakdowns, well, all of them, he started going off. He got it first of all, he got it from me. He was in my camp.
He was in your camp.
I was the main teacher over him.
Yeah.
So all those, you know, I go into the breakdowns, man. He used to come up there to Connecticut too.
Yep.
So all them breakdowns, he got it from me, in which I got it from the seven. Namely Ariel. Ariel was all them different deep breakdowns, Revelation 17, Daniel 7. You know where we got all them breakdowns from? High Priest Ariel.
It took this guy more than 10 years, Nate, to get the understanding of Cornelius. Matter of fact, he was one of the guys that kicked us out of school at 126th Street, the House of David. He was one of the guys that kicked us out because he couldn't understand that Cornelius was a Hebrew Israelite. He couldn't see it back then. So he was privy, he was a part of that group that kicked us out over the understanding of Cornelius, which they couldn't see back then.
Yeah, you're gonna kick a guy out because they said they deemed we broke down the scriptures wrong, but then you find out that you were wrong. So guess what? That applies to, like I said, the MOTB. You're gonna be found out that you're gonna be wrong. Now, are you gonna apologize this time?
Probably not.
Or are you gonna say, if you listen to me closely, old moron,
Yep.
I did say they were gonna throw a chip in there.
That's what he
See,
said.
we watch. Look, after we close up, you know what we do? We go right on the IUIC live in the classroom and listen to what you got to say. Like Malachi, he made a statement, right?
Oh yeah.
Almost at the end of the live, he said, "Yeah, man, you can speak better than that than myself." He said, a 39-year-old with a 19-year-old woman, something's wrong with that. Oh, really? Something wrong with that? No, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's something good. That guy's he's a happy dude.
That's right.
You can have a 40-year-old with a 20-year-old woman. You can have a 40-year-old with an 18-year-old woman. All right? In the ancient world, men were always older than Joseph had to be. Oh, they'll tell you the age of Joseph, but if you check out, matter of fact, let's see what the Edomites say. The so-called scholars.
You got it, son.
What age was Mary when she got married to Joseph?
What age was
There we go.
Mary when she got married to Joseph? Right. It says, the Bible does not specify Mary's exact age when she was betrothed to Joseph, but it's generally understood that she was a young woman, like in her teens.
What?
I'll read it again.
So,
Yep.
so Mary was jailbait?
And it makes sense because you want to get a woman when she's young. That way the progeny comes out healthy.
Well, you want to get a woman
Strong.
that's young in Israel because when they go through puberty, they get an itch. So you got to get it scratched.
Yeah.
So that's why you marry them off. And they showed you that in the movie. What's the movie with Whoopi Goldberg and Glover?
Oh yeah.
What's the
Color
damn movie?
Purple.
Color Purple. And they were looking at Glover Danny Glover they didn't like him. And they you know, women, black-eyed hyenas, they'll watch movies of a black guy playing a villain, and they'll hate him in real life.
Yeah.
You dumb bitch. That's a fucking movie, ho.
Right.
And it took the movie with him and Mel Gibson, the racist ass Mel Gibson, I had to say it that way.
Yeah.
A Russian,
Lethal Weapon.
lethal weapon. Then they started liking him. But from the time of Whoopi, from the time of what's the movie again? Color Purple, up until
Lethal
Lethal Weapon, they ain't like him. Oh, I don't like that nigga because he was getting with young girls, and the father of the young girl made a deal. I said, that's Israel. That's Israel. That's what they did back in the ancient world, according to the Lord. They were always. Remember when he had the horse? He was riding around. He took his hat off, and he was riding around the pretty one. He wanted to get the ugly one. He riding around. Black woman mad at that shit. There ain't nothing wrong with you old, you old. What do they call it? You dirty old man. Ain't no such thing as no dirty old man. All right. So Israelite men were much older than Israelite women.
Yeah,
Okay?
because the woman want to get for man, he's be established. If he's much older, more than likely he's established. He's got his.
Joseph was established. You know what Joseph was? Joseph was a carpenter.
Right.
Anytime in history, if you're a carpenter or a builder, you always gonna do good. Anytime in any civilization, if you can build shit like an auto mechanic, right? Auto mechanic is always gonna make money, even if he ain't got no job. He can do side jobs and make money. So Joseph was a carpenter. He's an expert carpenter, man.
That's right.
And Yahushua took up the trade too. Except he just put it to the side.
Well, it doesn't say that.
Oh, no?
But
Okay.
You probably did. But, you know, we
Yeah.
gotta qualify.
Right,
You
that's
can't
true.
Be like Nate.
Right, that's
You
true.
can't just
Because
make
it said
shit
the
up.
son of a carpenter.
You just can't make shit up.
Kind of slack.
Nate.
I'm going by the secular history, but you're right. Kind of slack, yeah.
Which it wouldn't be nothing for you, Howard Shada.
Yeah.
Let's say if he did pick up tricks from the church, let's say he did go on a job, maybe with his father, before he started his ministry. Doesn't say it'd be nothing for him to get. He's Howard Shada.
Right.
He's like a genius. You know that word genius is from the Latin meaning trap. You know why a guy's a genius? Because you show him once and his mind traps the knowledge and he got it.
And some Jake's got what do you call it? Take a
Photogenic.
picture, photogenic, like me.
Yeah.
I used to go to this martial arts store and I'd read their books and I would go like this and I would get the whole book. I'd just look at the pictures and memorize the shit, you know?
That's what the word means. It's from the Latin. That's why we gets into that, man. Hebrew, Greek, and Latin. Because your world, your understanding opens up that much more. When you go into because really when Apostle Paul talks about it, etymology, the power of etymology, you go into certain words, you extract all the understanding out of that word, you know? So that's that word, genius. It literally means trap. Because a genius, he sees something and his mind traps it.
Yeah, you would never hear us say the English is good enough for me.
No. Oh, hell.
You know?
Mira, manito, me hice rico.
Hell.
Me hice rico. Me hice rico.
That's all you got?
Mata lo que jodiste, maldito negro.
That you had something?
I was.
Maldito negro.
This guy, he just came from another dimension.
Yeah. Hey, with two or three, I gathered.
He came from the ancient DR. He got his slippers on. As a hick like a motherfucker. He saw me laugh at him. He said, I can kick your ass, man.
No, I didn't have anything.
Okay.
See, if I take him to the gym, show them how to work out, get the six pack, then he'll get the girls, then he'd be happy. You know?
Yeah, right.
Them girls ain't gonna give him the time of day.
Oh, no, hell no.
You know? Looking like a meatball and shit.
Yep.
Going back to.
Looking like Alberto Goldo. Alberto
It's
Goldo.
made that
Fat Alberto Goldo. Right?
Yeah. That's how you say it.
Alberto Goldo.
You know, Ram's probably watching. We used to make a joke about that.
Shouldn't it be pronounced Goldo Alberto?
Well, the subject comes first.
Right.
No, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
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 Yeah, like in Hebrew, the subject will come first.
Like Betty, Ugly Betty is Betty LaFayette.
Yeah, Lafayette. Right.
The subject is first.
Yeah, the subject is first.
Same way in Italian when you learn
Yeah.
it. the
Yeah, because
subject
it's
goes-
Latin, one of the
Yeah.
Roman languages.
Yep.
Spanish, Latin. See, you don't know. See, if you knew these things, you wouldn't make a statement. The English is good enough for me. Because, like I said, no, he's a smart dude. Yawasab is a smart guy.
Yeah.
He's a very smart guy.
That's very small-minded.
But he's smart. He's lazy-minded.
Yeah.
Because if you was really about that, you would have jumped around with a bunny suit on, passing out eggs. Did you do that? With fringes on it. You didn't do that.
That's right.
You
That's
didn't do
right.
that, bro.
That's right. According to that logic.
And we know Yawasab too. He was in my camp too. Okay? We remember when the father rolled up on him.
Oh, yeah. Father, that was embarrassing. Boy, get off that stage. That's, you're out there teaching, and your old pops roll up on you and tell you get off that. That's embarrassing.
That's a typical thing an Israelite do. Israelite father would do. Yeah.
That's true.
That's true. Fulfillment of prophecy.
That's true.
Going back to about Mary and Joseph, it says the Bible doesn't explicitly state Mary's age when she married Joseph. However, based on cultural norms and historical context, she was likely a young woman, possibly in her early to mid-teens, while Joseph was likely an older man.
Doesn't say how old.
He was a lot older than her.
He could have been in the 40s.
He was a lot older than her.
So when Deacon Malachi make a statement, you ain't got no business having a 40-year-old man with a 19-year-old girl. There's nothing wrong with that.
See,
that's going to add to the book and taking away from the book.
Right. He's speaking from this world's point of view, which scriptures already tell you the elect is not of this world. Seek ye the old paths. What is that? Jeremiah 6. You got to go back to the old ways, how it was done in the old country. Jeremiah 6. The mindset that Deacon Malachi demonstrated, that's a so-called modern-day mindset. A young woman should be with a young man. It wasn't like that back in the ancient world. Jeremiah 6 and 16.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. So we got to go back to the old way, how it was done in the old country.
Like, for example, R. Kelly, they looking at him like he's a dirty old man, child molester, whatever. In the ancient world, you could do that as long as the women weren't married. That's when you got them when they were young.
You got them when they were young.
You know?
It's like I said, there are many benefits to that. When they're young, they're going to breed progeny. The progeny is going to come out what? Healthy and strong. In this so-called modern day world, these women are waiting till their eggs are damn near dried up to have children. Then the children come out all deformed and weak.
Yep,
yeah, come on, man.
That's
being selfish.
To have children, hey, the scripture said, "Be fruitful and multiply, and repeople the earth." So when you go through puberty, what is that telling you? What's the Most High telling you? You design your body. Now you can start having babies.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, another thing too. These women, they think that breasts is for putting on show and attracting men. No, breast is what?
Well, it is
part of it, yeah.
Man.
But what's the main?
Because I do like titties.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the point is,
like
what's the main?
I like calves.
That's right.
Thighs.
Yeah. That's right.
I like buttocks. I like it all. Yeah. Shoulders.
What's the main function?
Elbows.
That's right.
All that shit.
The main function
as long as it's on a woman. You know?
Yeah,
good looking woman. You know.
Good.
The main function of a woman with breasts is to feed children.
But
right?
what happens when the
men too?
Oh yeah. I'm not saying it's not.
There's a scripture on it.
I'm not saying.
Do you know that there's a scripture on it? The titties are for a woman. I mean for a man.
Yeah.
Suck on. You know there's a scripture on that?
Yeah, Proverbs 9, is it?
Proverbs. Get it.
No, I'm sorry. Proverbs 5.
Proverbs 5 and 19. I
5
think
and
it is.
19.
Go to it.
No, I'm not saying it's not. But these women, the way they act, is like, look, okay, case in point, they'll give the baby fucking formula instead of putting the baby to their breast.
Right, that's true.
Now you have something called.
Well, you got Edomite women that'll do that.
Yeah.
They'll do it on the train. Edomite women to pop a titty out. In New York, you can do that. You can pop your titty out in New York City and have your baby. And then there's the law protecting you. Years ago, you couldn't do that.
Because you got a mineral called colostrum. Now, colostrum, that comes from the woman's breast. All right, so the baby needs that colostrum. But what she'll do, I don't want my titties to flap. I don't want them to flap. Bitch, your titties were created for you so you can feed your children. You have children now. It's not all about you. You're too selfish. You got your children. Take care of your children. But again, that's this fucking society. That's another reason why this society got to be destroyed, man. You got it.
This is Proverbs chapter 5, verse 18 and 19.
They're too vain. Too much vanity.
Yeah.
You know, they're all on social media. One of the things they advertise is their breasts. Right?
Yep. The cleavage.
And then the next is the ass. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 5, verse 18. It says, let thy fountain be blessed.
Oh, check out that Holy Spirit. He had that. He passed by us. He got that dirty look. He had that look like that. Let's go some black Hebrew, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, but if I talk to you, I'll, you know.
Yeah.
And I talk to them small hats, man. And they love me, you know.
Yeah.
Now, if you notice, what did you notice about the woman?
She was.
You.
No,
Okay, good. You covered your ass. What did you notice about the woman?
oh, she was submissive.
No. That's what I don't want. What did y'all didn't?
She was wearing a dress.
No. That's true, but
Okay.
she had a wig on.
Okay, right.
Why does she have a wig on?
Yeah.
I'm asking you. You didn't know. If you don't know, you don't know. She had a wig on because I speak to him. I used to speak to him all the time. I'm friendly with him.
Oh,
What they do?
That was small head at one point?
Say again?
That was small head at one point?
Yeah, that was a
woman,
small
she had a
head.
wig. She had
Oh,
the
they used
small
to
head.
make them cut their hair off when they're young or something like that, when they get married or something like that? When they have
Okay,
babies
that's
or
right.
something?
But why do they do that?
I'm not sure why.
They do that because they go back to the tradition of Rebecca going before Isaac, and it says she took her veil off. She took her covering off. So they said, oh, that means you got to take it. No, they're off on that. Showing you there that they're not the people.
Yeah.
They're not the people. They also say you can't eat what is it, meat and milk in the same. You can't keep it in the same refrigerator.
Yeah.
That's not what it's talking
That
about.
was in that movie.
Right. That movie
Melanie
with
Griffith.
Melanie Griffith.
Yeah.
That back when she looked good. She looked like
Yeah, she looked like hell now.
she looked like a hot bag of shit now. And she looked good back then. She wrinkled up.
Yeah.
But anyway, in that movie, I think it's called Eyewitness or something.
Something like Strangers
that.
Among Us. something.
Strangers Among Us.
Yeah.
The guy said, no, you can't have milk and meat in the same refrigerator. We got
Right.
two refrigerators.
Right.
That don't mean that. When it says, how does it say, how does it go?
Thou shalt not see.
Thou shalt not see the cow in its mother's milk. Meaning, you're not supposed to take a calf and make veal. Because a cow got to grow fully. That's what it means. But if you really want to go into it, don't cook a calf in its mother's milk, which they're going off on. Come on.
Yep, got it for you. Exodus 23 and 19. The first of the first fruits of thy land. Oh, yeah. The first of the first fruits of thy land thou shalt bring into the house of the Lord thy power. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk.
Right. Thou shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk, meaning you can't kill a calf and eat it, because that's considered. I used to eat a veal. You're not supposed to eat veal. You got to let the cow grow.
And it never tastes right, veal.
Well, no, I used to like the
Oh,
taste
yeah?
of it, but it tasted different.
Yeah, yeah.
It tasted different because you were not supposed to eat it.
That's
you know.
Yep.
And you got some Edomite guy argue. Hey, that's it looked like David Portnoy. Got some people. Is there pizzas out around here?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, that's it on that.
All right, I had Proverbs 5 and 18 and 19.
Yeah.
It says, let thy fountain be blessed and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breasts satisfy thee at all times.
Yeah. And that actually, that's a twofold scripture. It's talking about this knowledge is truth.
Right.
Because 1 Peter 2 and 2, it speaks about desiring the sincere milk of the word.
And also in Isaiah
Yep.
20, what is that, 29, 28?
Oh, yeah. Whom shall he make to
Oh, right.
Them that are weaned from the
And
milk.
we
Right.
was talking about
And drawn from the breast.
spiritual,
Right.
You know.
Right.
And then the other side of it is, of course, the woman. How about Shah created the woman with breasts to satisfy the man? That's pleasurable for the
Right.
man.
Right.
But like I said, in this society, these women, they forget that really part of the function of their breast is to feed their children.
Right.
They rather make a fucking bullshit ass
Powder.
powder mixture
With chemicals in it.
with chemicals in
Yeah.
give it to their baby, and then they wonder why their baby's not developing right.
Yeah.
Not, you know.
Yeah. Those.
So a lot of these women, they can't produce milk.
Gone. Yeah. Right.
They
Right.
got to do it. So, but why? Because of the system.
Right. What they
In the
eat.
ancient world, a woman, they gave milk because you eating the natural foods.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Your endocrine system is blocked. Your pineal gland is calcified. That's why people are all fucked up, man.
Like that guy be watching that guy. He had his son Mawa, that dude Mawa. His woman gave birth to a son. The little dude is only six months old. The dude is big as a house. Right, the dude can, like, they'll put him to lay down, lay down flat. He'll get up. he'll get up and try to crawl. This is 6 months.
Wow.
Now you know the mother, right? The mother was breastfeeding him all along. In the video, she was breastfeeding. Huh? No, she from Argentina. So she's a Jake, but she got together. Yeah. Yeah.
It was like half us out.
And not only that, the baby's all responsive. Baby, like if they're filming, the baby knows the camera. The baby's trying to grab the camera. Now that I attribute all that to she did the right thing. She breastfeed the little dude for 6 months. You know, she didn't feed him no box formula. That's why a lot of these children, man, they're all
What do they call it? Infant meal?
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
You know, Similac.
Similac.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like you
Infant
said,
meal,
that's all fucking
There's
chemicals.
metals in there. That's by design by the elites to because there's a
Go ahead.
you know, it's like there's a something called the Masonic Creed of John D. Rockefeller, and he said that we're gonna kill them slowly by putting metals in their food and chemicals in their water and shit in the
That's
air.
why people get cancers at a certain age.
Yeah.
Because of all that garbage that we can't get around it.
Right.
It said we gonna drink poison and live.
Yeah, he's the one that goes. My man Eustace Mullins broke it down in that book, Murder by Injection.
Injection, yeah.
He brought out how you got
You
the.
probably can't even find that on YouTube. You can probably find it on
Yeah.
Odyssey.
I got the actual
or,
book at home.
Right. I'm saying there's a video on it,
Okay.
you know?
Yeah, he was bringing out
Rumble.
about
You
Select.
find it on
Yep.
Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
why we
yeah,
got to
Rumble,
go.
right.
Yep. It's like
No, I'm sorry.
that's why we got to go back to the old way, like it says here, Jeremiah 6. That's what the kingdom's going to be about.
The only way we're gonna go back to the old way is when this place gets destroyed.
It's
And
destroyed.
we come back.
Yeah.
Oh, do me a favor, man. Go to chat GBT and put in second Ezra's 6 and 9. I went through that this morning because I was watching the video that the boy Howard put up. Like I said, I did a video on similar, but I didn't go as deep as he went into. Maybe a 15-minute long video, and I left it at that. So I said, well, let me not put in Esau. I think the question I asked was, where are the Edomites today? And it gave me a lot of information. So I said, well, let me pose the question this way in the chat GPT. Second Ezra's 6 and 9.
Asking for an account of the thing. You want to try it, sir?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
See what-
Second Ezra 69. Second.
Chat
second.
GPT.
Give me a second.
I don't know why they're asking for you to count. They don't ask for
Asking
mine.
for an account.
There should be a thing where you go to free. You go to Google and you can chat. And
Okay, let me
there's a
try
free
that.
version.
I did see something free. So.
Let's see.
I think there's a
Second
free version and
Ezra.
a paid version.
Okay, this got it.
Okay, good. That's your free
See,
version.
has to log in, sign up.
So it
for
still
free.
comes up?
Yeah.
I got it. I got it up.
Why that fucking-
If y'all want me to read it.
Maybe it's on my tablet. It doesn't.
Go.
All right. Chat GPT. I put Second Ezra 69. That says from the Apocrypha reads, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." This verse is often interpreted symbolically. Esau represents the current world order or rulership that is nearing its end.
Who has control in the country? He's speaking to you in code. He ain't
Right.
saying white man. Read that again, please. A little bit slower.
Yep. I put in 2 Ezra 6 and 9 from the Apocrypha. Reads, "For Esau is the end of the world."
But wait a minute, I thought Vocab Malone said the Edomites had done away with it. Esau's what?
Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning
Hey,
of
look,
it.
look. You got two kingdoms. Two
Right,
last
right.
kingdoms. Esau's kingdom or Jacob's kingdom. The question is, what kingdom are we in?
Right.
That's right.
Well, first of all, Vocab gonna say all fall apart. That's why we don't deal with that guy,
Exactly.
right? The Catholics deal with the Apocrypha.
Yes, they do.
You know?
Presidents get sworn in.
Yeah.
They use their part. What was that? Donald Trump.
The
They
book-
read the
The Book of Wisdom.
Solomon.
Something they call it? Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon. think it was.
Yeah, they say the Book of Wisdom.
Book of Wisdom. Go ahead.
All right, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. This verse is often interpreted symbolically.
Yeah, you got this phrase, Teotwaki.
Teotwaki, yeah.
Teotwaki, which is an acronym for the end of the world as we know it. So what world are we in? We're in the world of Esau.
Yep.
The world Esau is also known as the wicked. That's why there's so much wickedness in this world. Because the wicked is ruling. The Edomites, beginning with the top banking families. When we say the Edomites, we really start with them top banking families.
Yep.
Because they're the ones pressing the buttons. They're the ones calling the shots. We're talking about the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Oppenheimers, DuPonts, Gettys. Go ahead.
Esau represents the current world order or rulership that is nearing its end.
That is nearing its end.
Jacob.
So who's in power? Either Esau or Jacob is in power.
And we know Jacob's not.
And we know Jacob's not in power because everybody be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, since you
So
said
Esau is in power.
Right.
that, Proverbs 29. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Are people rejoicing in this planet Earth, or are they mourning?
They really mourning with Trump. Them red hat, them MAGA hat wearing people that put him in there, they're catching hell because of what he did. They ain't just Jake showing Jake catching hell. No, the Edomites are catching hell. He pulled a fast one on him. You know how many videos are coming out of God, people, Edomites that they regret voting for him? Well, it was a setup. They played. You should have learned this game a long time ago.
Yeah, that game, that presidential game, that thing is rigged. There's a picture of back in 1967. There's a picture at the Bohemian Grove. You got president, well, there would be presidents. You had Nixon sitting at the table right along with Ronald Reagan. Now, this was in 1967. Nixon would go on to be president, and then later Ronald Reagan would go on to be president. So that right there, that picture right there shows you it's a rigged game. So-called presidency. Proverbs 29 and 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth, but the righteous shall see their fall. So when the wicked are what? Multiplied, transgression increaseth. That's why the society is getting steady worse and worse and worse.
Are you reading from the 16th verse?
Yeah.
Now you know where it goes from there, right?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Okay, you going there?
Yep, yep.
That also reminds me of the scripture, and because iniquity shall abound, Yahushua said this, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Now, that's in the New Testament. Yahushua said it. When you go to the term wax cold in the Greek, you know what Greek word is there? Psycho. Psycho. So these people are becoming what? Psycho. Because why? Iniquity is abounding. Why is iniquity abounding? Because the wicked are in rulership. That's why they got to be removed. Unless there will be no people left. No flesh to be saved. Oh, you guys hate the white man. Well, the white man we're talking about is the top banking families. Them motherfuckers are psychos. They got to be removed out of rulership. You got it.
All right.
Yeah, they said that when I did the video and I was reading about Nero, I put Nero's hatred for the Christians, and it said he wanted to destroy all the Christians. He said because they were popular for teaching hate. These are Christians now, so the real Christians supposed to teach hate.
That's right.
How did it say? How was it posed? It said because they were a hate group. Because you know what they were doing back there 2,000 years ago? You had Israelites, the white man trying to get in the truth. And they said, no, you can't get in the truth. You're going into slavery. We were those people back there, man. Everything, reincarnate. Everything comes back around,
Right. I got a precept for you, boss. This is Amos 5 and 15. So yeah,
His father kicked out all the Israelites in Rome. Matter of fact, go to that Acts. We're going to switch gears and we'll come back to this. Acts 18 and 1, and then go to the Google and ask for why did Claudius kick out the Jews?
You got
Why did Claudius kick out the Jews? You want to read that first, Apostle?
No, go to Acts first.
Okay.
Okay, Acts 18:1. It says, after these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them.
Now, who? That's the father of Nero Caesar, which is Trump. What is Trump doing now? He's kicking out the Israelites. He's sending them Israelites to Libya. He said he want to reopen Alcatraz. And he said the other day, the Persian Gulf. He said he want to rename it. This guy's a fucking madman.
Yeah.
He said he want to rename the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Arabia. Oh, the Mexico, what do you call that?
Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico. He want to call them Gulf of America.
Yeah.
He said he's going to take over Greenland. He said that Canada's a state of the United States. That's a madman. He's not playing with a full deck, and everybody's mad at him. See, we over here, we know that he's not playing with a full deck. The other nations don't know that. But he's wicked. He's wickedly crazy. He don't give a shit, man. That's Nero, and he got it from who? Got it from his daddy. He said, "Now I'm tired of these Israelites, these Christians. Get them the fuck out of here, man." Read it again.
Yep.
Go right to the point.
Acts 18:2, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus.
By the way, Aquila in the Greek is the word Aquila, which means eagle. That's how you say eagle in
Right.
Greek. So his name was Eagle. Did you know that, Yahweh? Come on.
and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy.
Because you had Israelites in Italy.
You had
the Apostle Paul go to Rome. Christians say, well, he spoke to Romans. Those are Israelites that were living in Rome. How do you know that? Claudius kicked them out of Rome. Come on.
It said, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews, as in Israelites, mainly of the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them.
Now go to the definition. Why did Claudius do that?
All right, this is the AI overview. It says Emperor Claudius.
Now, Nero came on, his son came on there, his stepson. When he came on the scene, he was burning Israelites. You know? He was feeding them to animals, wild animals. He had a deep, dark hatred for Israelites. You know, Israelites that believed in Yahweh, and Israelites that just knew that they were Israelites. So he's doing it again, but he started with Jacob. You know, when you're talking about taking people from Latin America that speak Spanish and sending them to Libya, what kind of madness is that? You know? His whole cabinet is white. Come on.
It says
and they're all just as goofy as he is. Come on.
Emperor Claudius expelled Jews from Rome in AD 49, primarily due to the ongoing disturbances caused by disagreements between Jews and Jewish Christians, particularly those who believed in Yahweh as the anointed. These internal tensions, fueled by the growing Christian movement within the Jewish community, led to the social unrest in Rome. Historian Suetonius, in his The Life of Claudius, refers to these disturbances as being at the instigation of Christus, which is
Christus is Christ. Because they were out there on the highways and the byways cursing the Edomites out, calling them devil. Some of them was kissing their boots and sandals. There was a big uproar, so they got tired of it, man. They said they got tired of that shit. They said just get rid of all of them Israelites.
all right.
The ones that believe in the Messiah and the ones that don't believe in the Messiah.
Yeah, it says refers to these disturbances as being at the instigation of Christus, which
The Messiah.
yep, which is likely a mispronunciation of Christ or the anointed. It says
Christus
yeah.
just mean where you get the word to crescent the ship and crescent something.
Right.
Means to anoint somebody, which that wasn't his name. His name was Yahweh Shai, and his title was he was the chosen, Hamashayah.
Right. Yeah, that was it, Apostle.
Yeah, they were raising hell, bottom line. So what y'all got?
I got Maccabees, first Maccabees, the first chapter.
Start at the top. I know the point is in the 7th verse, but start at the top.
All right, first Maccabees 1:1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Kittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
And by the way, the Medes, when you go into the Persian and the Medes was from the sons of Japheth. But the name is different. Sometimes if you go to Genesis 10, it's spelled different. In other references, it's spelled different, but it goes back to Mede, one of the sons that came out of Japheth. So now, this guy, Ron Dalton, he said there were white people. There's no pictures where you go, no painting of the Persian and Mede army coming together, and some of them look white, like Edomites, and some of them didn't look like Edomites. Because that was old school. Because my parents told me in the 70s, man, late 60s, early 70s, all the white men are the sons of Japheth. The first time I heard it? The first time I heard the white man is of Edomites, biblical Edomites, who you think I heard it from? Who you think I heard it from? The 7th, High Priest Ariel in particular. And when I heard it, I said, click. I said, I didn't say, well, wait a minute. When he broke it down, I said, that's the white man, they're Edomites. But every other Hebrew Israelite group, they were saying the white people descended from the sons of Japheth. Why they say that? Because the people that live all up in Europe and so forth are so-called white people, which the sons of Japheth moved up there. But you got to understand, when you go back to the history, I did another video dealing with the Roman Empire, that the Etruscans were before the Roman Empire. It said the Roman Empire, when they set their rulership up, 26 BC, they said they got a lot of their information from the Etruscans. Click on images. Etruscans are dark people. Y'all got it?
Okay. This is first Maccabees 1 and 2.
So this truth is coming. You can't get around this truth, man. You can't get around this truth. Now maybe Ron Dalton, they set him up to kind of counteract, to push that thing that they're not Edomites. But then he recently said, oh, they Japheth, but they mingle himself with Edom. He's covering his ass. He don't know what the hell is going on. He knows a lot of things, but he knows a lot of the wrong things. You know?
Right.
He got a puzzle with two puzzles broken up, and he think he got to put the puzzle together. By the time he put the puzzle together, it's not gonna fit. He got pieces, but he don't got the pieces of the puzzle together. Anybody can get a puzzle,
right,
but can you put together a puzzle? He can't put together that puzzle.
Yeah, when you know what's happening now with all these different individuals trying to come up against our ministry, that goes back to the book of Ezra, the 4th chapter. All right?
Yeah, that's some other nations.
Yeah. Ezra 4 and 4.
Right.
Remember, the Bible said there's no new thing under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So this happened back then. Ezra 4 and 4. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building. Now, spiritually, we're building. There's what's that? 1 Peter, lively stones.
Yeah,
You built up a 1 Peter 2 and 5.
Okay.
Go to that real quick. So spiritually, we're building, right? So we got the opposition trying to come against us while we're building.
Right.
Basically, we're building the tabernacle of David, pursuant to the prophecy in Amos 9:11.
Yeah,
right?
you got Nate building physical buildings. You don't have to build them. If they build them, that's on them. That's them. They get on us. Where's your building? We don't need no building, because we are the building.
We are the building.
Scripture speak about the Israelites as being pilgrims. What's the pilgrim? When you look up the word pilgrim, it's a group of people that go from one place to another place temporarily or come back to the place. Like the Israelites of Alexandria, Egypt, they were the biggest group of Israelites that came for the Passover. So what was it called when they came to Jerusalem? It was called what is it?
Pilgrimage.
The pilgrimage.
Yep.
All right, First Peter 2:5. Ye also.
Some Europeans coming over here, a lot of these religious Europeans from Europe, they came over here as pilgrims. Why were they called pilgrims? Because they were going from one place to the other place.
Right. Sound the 4 first.
Okay. First Peter 2:4. To whom coming as unto a lively, to whom coming as unto a living stone.
And we are those living stones. How do you know we're living stones? Because we're out here teaching.
Live.
You people that came in here and fell off, that light went out of you. You're dead. The scriptures speak about in the congregation of the dead. If you want to get that, you can bring it out too.
Yeah. Proverbs 21.
Go ahead and read that. Shall remain in the congregation of the dead. See, once you get disenchanted and you go back in the world, you might speak on, I'm going to do my own thing. But how long is that going to last? 6 months? A year?
Joy of the hypocrites, but for a moment.
You're not connected. You're not, I want to give you the power.
Yeah.
What is that, the electric company? We're going to give you the sun. We're going to give you the power.
I'll be for my time, I guess.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, Morgan Freeman was a young, he was a young
Yeah.
with his faggot ass.
Yeah, right. Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding.
When you turn your back on the plow,
Yeah.
you think, I'm going my own way. I disagreed. I don't like the way Tahar looked at me. I'm going my own way. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to set up my own camp. That might last a year. Or you might keep going, but you constantly breaking. Well, Nate,
Yeah.
he's in the congregation of the dead. He's a dead man.
Oh yeah.
He's dead. He gonna have his head. Daniel chapter 12. He gonna be one of them guys in the kingdom with his head down.
Oh yeah.
And you know who's gonna be right behind him? Who's gonna be right behind him? Yahweh Sam.
Yeah. What's up? Oh yeah. I was going to
With
say.
the rabbit suit on.
I was going
And
to
who's
say.
gonna be behind him? Kanai Gabal. And Ethan and Asaph. They're all gonna have their head down, man. We're gonna say, that's all right, brother. You okay?
Yeah. Because they mislead a lot of people, man.
They're good. They're off. They're off. This is why Nate got shook with this guy Ron Dalton. Ron Dalton is a little tadpole. He's nobody. He's just a lost soul. You know?
Yeah.
Why would you be boasting about having the biggest group? Scriptures tell you, entering at the straight gate. Matter of fact, go to it. Matthew 7. Yahweh Shah said this. So the last thing you want to do is have the biggest group. That's a major red flag.
Give me that. What's that? Ezekiel 12 and 16, 16 and 12. Small sanctuary.
11, 16.
11, 16. 11, 16.
I get that for you.
Get that right now.
All right. Ezekiel 11, 16.
It ain't about numbers, bro.
Yeah, and that's what he's boasting in. Nathaniel is boasting.
Well, he's
in
saying
numbers.
you can't debate him unless you got a 1,000-man army and you march him up the street. Now you can debate me. No, he was ducking and hiding from Dalton. And Dalton's a little guy. He's a kid.
Yeah.
He's a baby.
Yep.
He don't know nothing.
He's a walk in the park. Ezekiel. Oh, shalom.
You finally made it.
Oh, my.
Hey brother, we get here late.
Yo,
Brother, we
fucked
get
up.
here late every fucking week, brother.
Yeah,
That
man.
fucking traffic, bro.
That's just crazy, man. What the fuck is going on?
When you're in New York,
Yeah.
New York and New York,
New York.
been around.
Yeah, absolutely. Like three and
Yeah, that's all right, brother. That's all right, brother.
Fucked up.
You're here right now.
Hey, cut.
Nah, we dealt with it
The
too.
grace of Yahweh Shem Shai.
Yeah. Now we've listened to y'all on the way down.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Cut.
That's what's up.
Yep. Ezekiel 11, 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries.
So we're all over the place.
That's right.
You've been hearing about Nate. You been keeping up with Nate?
Man, so much crazy shit.
You got Ron Dalton.
Oh yeah, he was on his ass.
He was
on his
ass.
ass.
Brother.
Yep.
And you know what? Nate is talking about we don't let them know. You didn't want to debate the guy.
Yeah.
And let me say this. if they had a debate with the scriptures, Nate would beat his ass.
Overall, yeah.
Overall, Nate would beat his ass. That's why he said, let's have a debate in the scriptures. Now, Ron Dalton didn't want to say it. He didn't say, okay, just the scriptures. Because all that extra shit that you got don't mean shit.
Right, right. Yeah.
Now, when we bring out extra biblical stuff, we say that this is built, this backs up what the Bible says.
Right.
It doesn't mean that it, when Apostle Paul and Peter was going to get put to death, right? It said that, and that's in the history, secular history. It said that Peter tried to run. Paul said, I'm sentenced to death.
Right, yeah, he just...
Peter was trying to run, and he was on this way, and he saw Yahushua coming to him, and he said, Yahushua, what you doing? He said, I'm going back to get put to death again.
Yeah.
Then he realized, oh shit, I gotta...
That's me.
It's me.
Yeah,
and he turned around and Yahushua disappeared. Now, we don't know if that happens.
Right.
But you had that story, so you got to qualify it.
Right.
You see?
Right, that's what they say, yeah.
So if you want to have a debate about Israel, you got to deal with the scriptures, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the extra biblical stuff got to link, got to fit like a piece of a puzzle into the book.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Got to be tied back into the scriptures.
Right. Let the Most High be true and every man alive.
That's it.
Right.
I got
Nailed
a
it,
quick
brother.
one for you.
Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 4. It said, neither give heed to fables.
I was just thinking that scripture. Man.
Oh, yeah,
I was
it's the
just thinking
spirit,
that
man.
scripture,
It says, neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions rather than godly edifying, which is in faith. So do.
Yep.
You know?
Now, you know what Nate also teaches? He teaches that everybody in Africa are Israelites, except for the Sudanese. He calls them the Nilotic people, which I looked that up. I said, I never heard that. Nilotic people, if you look it up in the Google, it means people that live off the coast of the Nile. So they call them Nilotic people. So I had to do the research, right? Like I always do.
Yep.
And I said, and they mentioned Sudan. So there's the Sudanese people and people in Egypt. So I said, well, wait a minute. They're not the Israelites, but everybody else in Africa is. What happened to the Cushites?
Yep.
What happened to the Puttites? And what was the other one? The
Canaanites.
The Canaanites. What happened to the Canaanites? Now this guy, Ron Dalton, he's saying Canaan is Africa. That Israel, Jerusalem is in Africa.
Oh, yeah.
He's out of his fucking mind.
Lost.
But then he's going into the book of Jubilee and this book.
Yeah.
Nigga, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on, bro.
Hey,
why are you able to spook Nate? And I got a question for you, Nate. What do you think I'm gonna ask him? What do you think I'm gonna ask Nate?
About the eclipse.
Right. The eclipse, right.
The 3 hours of darkness when Yahushua was on the cross, he said that was an eclipse. But he said what the solar. Right. I asked him, I did videos on it. I'm asking you again. I opened up with that question. I hope you answer it tonight. You said it was 3 hours of darkness was an eclipse. Was it a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse? Give me the answer, yo. Give me that answer.
Oh, another mad thing that he says: the new moon is
Everything
a
he
full moon.
says is
The
mad,
full
brother.
moon. Yeah.
That's
Well,
what it's looking like.
that's why I'm asking him whether it's hey, once he says it, which he's not gonna say it. He's just like he's not gonna have a debate with Ron Dope. He's not gonna answer the eclipse. He's not gonna say whether it's a lunar or a solar eclipse. Because as soon as that nigga say it, I got his ass.
That's crazy.
I'm like a cat that got a mouse cornered, man. And you were that mouse. I'm just toying. I'm using the claws to smack. That's how a cat kills a mouse.
Oh yeah.
They smack him around.
Get him in the corner and beat
They
him
all fucked up. Then they cracked it.
Rip the head off.
Rip the head off and then give it to
the owner. Yeah.
give it. Well, my cat had a cat and a dog. The cat found a mouse, ripped the head off, and gave it to the dog.
Okay.
and ate the rest of the body of the mouse.
Oh, he shared the spoils.
Put it right here. What the fuck is that? You know, that fucking mouse's head. I said, this stupid ass cat, you know? Go ahead, you got it.
I got something.
Go ahead.
Okay. Titus chapter 1, verse 10. It said, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially them of the circumcision.
Right, the Jews.
whose mouths must be
You
stopped.
gotta be stopped.
Yeah.
Come on.
It said, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake.
Now that's something with Ron Dalton. He did a video. I did a video. He got all the movie shit. He
Yeah.
got all that, that
Hollywood
CGI.
studio.
He got all that
Yeah.
good shit, right? So he got a
Dolby After Effects.
he got a page with all of his videos. He said, I got a movie that I put together called what's it called? Hebrews and Negroes 3, Volume 3, whatever, and it's on Gog and Magog, right? So I'm watching the trailer, and it's showing that this is what God looked like, God and his Edomites, which is bullshit.
Yeah. Oh.
But you know what I did? I said, well, how do you watch the whole movie? Because I'm thinking it's free. Then I clicked on that movie. It's $19 to rent and $30 to have.
Oh shit.
So this nigga, he got all kinds of
paid.
He getting paid.
Getting paid.
You
man.
know his movie, the first one, Hebrews and Negroes.
Right.
That was in all theaters around the country.
Oh yeah.
So he's making money. He's probably a millionaire, man.
So that's why he's trying to spice things up.
He's trying to spice
with,
things up.
yeah, get more people.
Yeah.
Yeah, filthy lucre. It said, one of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Cretans are always liars, evil beasts, slow bellies. Prophet of their own. That's
slow
Nate.
bellies. That
Yeah.
means you can't get it.
Yeah.
Oh, the Cornelius thing. It was slow bellies. They couldn't get
More
it.
than 10 years
They got
it took
it.
this guy.
They got it
Yeah.
after we left.
Yeah. Yeah, way out.
And,
Yep.
then apologize.
Nope.
If you was wrong about something, if I was wrong about, let's say I said, yo, I saw you steal something from my house, but you didn't, am I gonna just leave it alone? I gotta apologize to you,
Yeah,
brother. I said, I'm
yeah.
sorry, brother.
Right.
You know, I was wrong. My head's gonna be down.
Yeah.
He didn't do none of that, bro.
No integrity.
Because he fill up with pride.
Yeah.
But you know what? He got such a big
Ego.
calling. He got so many people watching him. Everybody he got a target on his back now. That's why Dalton came out. He said, I want you, IUC. I want you, Nate. I want all the smoke. That's what he said.
They got shook.
Because now, right. And then guess who else jumped on it, man? Vocab jumped on it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, he had Sarnetta jumped on it.
Oh, sorry.
Sarnetta had, we got a guest here, Ron Dalton. Now you telling me that all these Hebrew Israelites are scared to debate you. I call my captain, because you know I love my captain. I called Captain Zariak. Captain Zariak said, no, I'm going to debate him.
That's the Don King of.
That's the Don King.
Yeah, Don King.
So they actually let this guy go live.
Opportunist.
Then all of a sudden, the next day I'm like, let me see what vocab is talking about. It was Ron Dalton. I got Ron Dalton live with me. He was actually there. He said, I'm trying to debate Nate. And you know, vocab, he's laughing. He's cracking up.
Right.
You know,
Or anytime probably you offered think Ron Jake Dalton look bad, some like he
he's
gets
trying
off
to
on that.
anytime Jake, anything you
Israelites,
can do to make Israelites look bad.
Yeah, he gets off on that.
Yep. And then guess who did another one last night? Heckle and Jekyll, Assad and Hakkar. They did video. They did 2 videos. You know? Now Hakkar said, if you need some help, Nate, I'll help you. I'll show you the right scriptures.
He offered his help.
Offering to help the nigga, man. And then they Nate up. Look, Assad, don't be picking Nate up, man. Nate be going off, man. He ain't no man. He ain't no man. He ain't no elder. He ain't no apostle. You know where I got that from? You ain't no elder. You ain't no apostles. Come on.
Yep. It says, this witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith.
Now, when you rebuke certain brothers, they'll leave the school. They'll curse you out. They'll get mad. They'll leave. And look, Nate gets mad at us. IUIC gets mad at us because we always talking about him. But what are we doing? We're rebuking you.
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to rebuke you?
Yeah,
Aren't we? It's not the will of the Lord. The Lord told us what to do. He said, rebuke a brother sharply if he goes off.
Wait a minute, if we don't rebuke and we see the wickedness, how about Shemi Ashai going to deal with us? Remember Eli?
Right.
The example of Eli and his sons. Eli knew his sons were being wicked. Right. You know, laying down with temple prostitutes and all the wickedness they were doing.
Oh, they were stealing money. They
Stealing
were
money.
with the shoulder, with the thing that looked like a hook.
Oh, right.
All
These
the
guys
nigga
were
shit.
straight up
Wicked,
wickedness.
yeah. Yep.
But the father was righteous, because he was the one that, guided Samuel.
Right.
But the thing was, he knew his sons were doing that.
Yeah.
Now, Alizé say, I'm Eli. I said, if I am Eli, you one of my sons.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
wicked sons.
And I did say, when you came out to meet me, I said, you my rebellious son. So guess what?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be Eli as long as you be one of his sons. All right?
Now this dude saying he Christ, which he is Christ.
Yeah,
Who say he's
Oh, his
Christ?
middle name, right? Or Alizé.
Alizé.
Well, I don't even.
He
You know,
said, he said, my middle name is Christ. I call myself Christ. I don't know if you saw that video.
I don't see.
Yeah,
I see. You know,
yeah.
he's.
Brothers
I
did
can see
video
he's
on
not.
it.
He's not. You know, like I said, when this whole thing happened.
Faculty's not right.
No, this is what I said.
well, we know that.
When that whole pagan thing came out, I said, I'm gonna say one thing: the Most High can forgive you, but you ain't one of the elect. It's in my opinion, you're not one of the elect. You did run. Hey, the scriptures say you did run
Yeah.
well. He was out there hitting the scriptures. Okay, give me that. And hit this scripture. And give me this map. You know, he getting down. But what does that mean if you're not one of the elect at the end of the day? You know?
He's doing wickedness at the same time too.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Sitting there coming up against the elders that taught you.
Yeah.
Sitting up there coming with these new breakdowns.
And then he's
talking-
praising
yeah.
Nate. And Nate is an asshole,
Yeah,
man.
see?
Brotherhood over breakdown.
Brotherhood over
Ain't no
breakdowns.
brotherhood over hold up. Brotherhood over breakdown. What's the answer to that? What's the answer to that?
Oh,
in the
1
scripture?
Corinthians 1 and 10 is one.
Good.
That we all speak to.
Good.
Yeah.
What's another one? Brotherhood over breakdowns. What's another one? Matthews 12.
Oh, in 20.
Who's my father?
Who's that,
Them
40?
that do the
Yep.
will of the Father,
Them that
which
do the will of the
which
Father.
is breakdown, right? Breakdown. If you ain't breaking it down right, you're not my brother.
Not a brother. Nope.
You know?
Nope.
Right.
That's right. I got a quick precept. Proverbs 9 and 8. It says, reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. It says, rebuke a wise.
So when we get on them, they hate us. You know, they hate us for it, you know?
They hate them that rebuke it from the gate.
At the
Right.
gate, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's not a popular job, but it's the most necessary job. The Apostle Paul told Timothy, he said, reprove, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. That's why you got to constantly reprove and rebuke, because we're in that time now. Certain Israelites are not enduring sound doctrine. They're teaching, you know, they're going according to their thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, their own righteousness.
Ezekiel 13 and 4, woe unto the foolish prophets who have seen nothing. And as a matter of fact, let me get it. They prophesy out of their own heart. Now woe means what? Destruction.
Yeah.
Oh, you can just read, I believe that's Jeremiah 23, if I'm not mistaken. I know Jeremiah, that whole chapter, pretty much typifies what you just said.
Yeah. Yep. Ezekiel 13
13, yeah.
and 4.
Okay, it's Ezekiel 13.
Yeah.
Another one. That
Yeah.
whole chapter.
Yeah,
Well,
goes
actually-
in,
As a
goes
matter
in.
of fact, start at the top
Yep.
and read down to the 5th. You can really read that whole chapter.
That's right.
And we
Ezekiel.
apply that to the churches, but it applies to Jake too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the subhead in the blue letter. The subhead, it says, false prophets condemned.
Oh my goodness.
False prophets should be
Yeah.
condemned.
And what makes a false prophet when he's breaking down something the wrong way?
Right.
Exactly. This is Ezekiel 13 and 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel.
So when you guys say keep the bishop thing, we said, look, we rather obey the Most High
Rather than men. Yeah, that's right. That's
So the
right.
Most High told us to keep rebuking them.
Get on their
And
ass.
we going off, you got a right to rebuke us.
Right.
Now when you come and rebuke, like the great thing,
right,
y'all
that's
rebuke us on that, we said, how you rebuking us?
Right.
We got it right.
Yeah, we ain't
But if
wrong.
you knew the Hebrew and you was a scholar,
Right.
you would see it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
They trying
It took a
to.
woman, the Pashadah, to study it herself and say, you know, GMS was right.
yeah.
You know?
They're trying to rebuke and
These
reprove
niggas
us.
don't want to
Yeah.
study, bro.
Right.
The
But they-
English is good enough for me.
They lazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's a
lazy
worldly
mind.
mentality of
It's
this
a world.
world. That's why they want to rebuke us, because of worldly shit. That's worldly emotions. Old man can't be with a younger woman. Like, that's worldly shit. That's not the scriptures.
That's
Oh,
emotional.
you know about
Yeah, these.
Malachi. He said, when the man 39 and she's at 19, there's something wrong with that. How's there something
Yeah,
wrong with that?
the scriptures.
How the fuck is that something? It wouldn't be wrong with me. If I
Right.
had it that way,
Right.
Right.
you know?
If anything, you just owe a father a dowry. That's it. You just owe a father some shekels for the dowry. That's it. If anything.
If loving you is wrong, I don't want.
Then wait a minute.
I don't wanna
means,
be
that
right.
Means, David,
Yeah.
that means David was going on
Yeah.
because when he was old, It took the Issacharite.
Issacharite woman,
She
yeah.
was probably fine as
Yeah.
You can sing that to your young woman, your
Fine-
older
finer
man.
than Selena.
Sing that to your
Selena
young
was
woman.
fine.
Man.
Selena was.
Selena was.
Selena was.
Selena
was kind of fine.
Yeah, she was fine. She was fine.
Yeah, no,
kinda
she was.
The
bad.
actual one.
Yeah.
The actual one. She looked like she was a Mexican Simeonite.
Yeah, nah, she was.
Yeah, natural too. All that shit was natural.
And I had a
Oh,
chick.
Selena, yeah.
I had a chick that was an Ecuador. She looked like a Simeonite.
Yeah, they got,
built like
they
a
got some
Simeonite.
bad women.
Yeah, yeah.
Ecuadorians.
She showed me
yeah.
her father. This was when I was a kid. Her father looked like a Simeonite. So I said, her mother's probably Ecuador. Her father's
Father,
Simeon.
Simeon.
Yo, she was built like a Simeon.
Yeah.
Face, you know, didn't speak a word of English.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, we gonna get them back.
Oh, yeah.
And the first date we had, she invited me to church. She invited me to church. This before I came to the truth. And it was an Ecuadorian church. When they saw me with her, they fucking cut her off.
They got angry, yeah.
They cut her ass off. Man. They said, what you doing with this nigga? You know?
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
Northern
yeah.
Kingdom.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, Northern
They
Kingdom.
be tripping.
So
They
he
be
was
tripping.
like, it was in the church,
Yeah, that's how they are.
you know?
Yep, Ezekiel 13:2. Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel, that prophesy and say thou unto them that prophesy,
It's that time. I just let you know. Yeah, yeah.
that prophesy out of their own hearts. Oh, it could be another 20, 30 years.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Oh,
spirit.
yeah.
Just thinking
Yeah,
that.
you wouldn't say, ask me when do I think that end is going to come?
When do you think the end is gonna come possible?
Hey, brother, I hope it comes tomorrow. I hope it came 2 years ago.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's my thing. I hope
Yeah.
hey, I hope it comes there. My honest opinion is, hopefully within the next year and a half, 2 years. That's
Yeah.
it. Why would you say 20 to 30 years?
Because he's comfortable.
That means in 30 years, I'm going to be dead.
Yeah.
I'm going to be what, shit, they're hitting 90s and not
Oh.
90.
What's the scripture say? A gift destroyeth the heart.
Yeah.
So that nigga done made tons of gifts.
But he goes on all these different platforms, and now he's got a target on his back.
Right.
Don't looking for your ass.
He took that gift.
Did you see the video? If you go to YouTube and you put in was it priest Genesis mode? The latest video is the what do you call it, thumbnail. It's got Nate running and Dalton on his ass.
Oh, they got. Oh. Hey, but he did have him on the run.
He had him on the run.
Then he was
Talking about I don't gotta debate you, you're not on my level. You gotta prove yourself first. He's glorifying this shit that he got, man. You know?
Well, like we was going to read, Matthew 7, enter ye through the straight gate.
Yep.
For wide is the gate that leadeth to destruction, narrow is the gate that leadeth to life. Few there be that find it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Now,
Now,
so the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be
which
that
go in there.
That's
so,
the masses.
so if you got the biggest Israelite group,
Yeah.
that's a major red flag.
Yeah, that
Because the
means-
Lord said, and when we read that too, Ezekiel 11:16, a
yeah,
small
yeah,
sanctuary.
yeah.
So you boasting about that? Show you right there. That show you he's not thinking
Nah.
spiritually. That's the last thing you want to do. Boast about your group. Oh, man, I got more members in it. So
And then how you gonna build up all these buildings? The Lord's come back and destroy this place, man.
well, that's why he said 20 to 30
Hey, Shema
years.
Ama! Shema Ama! Shema Ama! Call
Shema!
Shema for me.
And so that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay,
Lord willing, we'll
hey,
be there next week.
shalom to the elect.
Oh no, well, we'll be
Shalom to the elect.
out on
Stay
the
faithful, man, and stay prayed up. Shalom.
Yeah,